guys, it's your girl back at it again, trying to get that more consistent upload schedule. So I've addressed this in a few videos. Some stuff ended up happening in the month of October, and because of it I wasn't able to get my 13 nights of Halloween done like I wanted. Anyone that was looking forward to that series, I'm really sorry. I do have like 2 or 3 videos that I didn't end up putting up, so if that's something you guys are still interested in seeing, let me know and I can maybe upload them as a bonus video or something like that. Whatever you guys want to see, that's what I'll do. But if you're here and you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your patience with me. It really makes me happy to see that people are actually watching and enjoying my videos and looking forward to them, because I work really hard to do the amount of videos that I can. We're going to talk about like some of the plans that I have going into 2021 and what's been going on. We're going to talk about a lot of things as I do my makeup. Like, we're going to try and talk about as much as we can. This is more of like a chill get to know me, get ready with me, just because from what I've noticed, if you follow me on Instagram, that's probably the platform that I'm the most active on. So if you want to see more stuff from me, that's the best place to follow me. Or if you want to see when I'm uploading certain videos, that's the best platform to follow me on. But from what I've noticed, the things that people want to see are things where you get to know more, where you get to know me better, like personally, because you guys do see some aspects of my personality. I think you guys have seen like a more shy, toned down version of me. That's what we're gonna get into the topic of as we go through this video. And if you're bothered by my hair, I'm sorry, I have it all to one side. I'm trying to pull it back so that we can do my makeup. But yeah, so this is going to be a chill get ready with me. I'm going to talk about some things. I'll probably put in the title some of the things that we're going to talk about. But thank you so much for coming and continue to support my channel. It really means a lot to me. And thank you guys for the love that I got on the last video with my mom. She was really nervous for that to go up. It's clear to me that you guys love her as much as I do, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Jesus Christ. I swear, before I film these videos, I try to organize as much as I can so I can talk without walking around my room and having to look for stuff. I try to get everything ready so that when it's time for me to start filming, more of the time spent talking and like you guys actually like getting to see what I use than me having to stop every 10 minutes to figure out where I left my moisturizer. But anyway, yeah, so I think a lot of you probably noticed that I look a lot, I don't know if it's a lot, but I have had a few things change that I have talked about on my channel briefly. I've never gone into depth about like the things that I've been doing for myself. For me, 2020 was really the year that I was going to do a lot of growing. For me, it was the year that I was gonna try and conquer a lot of my fears, try to pursue this thing in social media that I'm trying to do, because I do really enjoy social media, and the reason I like doing it is because it's a creative outlet for me, and also I like to talk about things, and for me it's really fun to put together content. So I'd always been really shy about it because I felt like people weren't going to like me. If I'm honest, I don't really know where that comes from. It's from years of being bullied, both in school and in my life, like in my childhood. I never took it seriously because I always thought people were going to tell me it was ridiculous, and especially coming from a Hispanic family, I feel like when you want to turn something like social media or something like music into a job, the first reaction you always get is, that is not a real job, you need to go to college, you need something legitimate to fall back on. When you come from a minority, there's a lot of emphasis put on education, especially when you're first generation in a family, because, and I feel like you feel it on, like it's just as imposed on yourself by you than just by your family and your parents, because when your family comes from another country to build a better life for you and you see that your whole life, it's really hard to not want to do the one thing that they want you to do, that they think is going to make you successful, which is go to college so that you can have a really good job and a really good future, because that's what they believe is going to help bring you those things, is getting a college degree. So that's why I really never vocalized how much I really do like social media and want to make it a job, is because I knew it was not going to be well received. But I also never gave my family the opportunity, especially my mom. My mom is the one that I feel like has always supported me, and we've had our issues. Obviously, our relationship got to this point because my mom, bless her, she did what I know a lot of parents, especially a lot of ethnic parents, would never do, and she went to therapy with me and did a lot of work on herself to change certain ideologies, to try and get a better understanding of where I was coming from with a lot of things in my life. And I have so much love and so much more respect for her. And obviously she's my mom, I love and respect her no matter what, but like that just brought a new level to the respect that I had for her, because it was something that I never thought, like when I was younger, I never thought that I'd get to the place in my relationship with my mom that I am now. And I know a lot of people, especially a lot of Hispanic girls, don't have that relationship with their mom. My mom is honestly such a blessing in my life, and I don't think I could ask for a better mother. I honestly don't think I would be as bad of a bitch as I am if I was not raised by that woman, because my mom is one of the strongest, most driven women that I know. She is amazing, and you guys saw, she's hilarious. I love her. She's the best mom ever. But like, obviously we still had our issues. Our relationship wasn't always like that. Our relationship wasn't always as understanding as it is now. I've never said the words, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a musician, I want to do these things. Like, these are things that I want to do, and these are things that I need in my life for me to feel like it's meaningful, for my life to feel like it has purpose. And it's a really hard thing for me to talk about. What I've learned the last year and a half, like this last year and half of last year, was if you don't talk about things, they're never going to happen, because you're not putting that energy out into the universe. And maybe we can talk about that in a whole other video, but I feel like what made the biggest difference for me, for a lot of the things that I wanted out of life, was actually vocalizing them and believing that I could achieve them. I know, especially with quarantine and things like TikTok, you're probably seeing a lot of things of manifestation. And I started doing that a few years ago. About 2 years ago, and when I took it seriously and applied the things the way they were supposed to be, I did see a lot of success, and I continue to see a lot of success when I apply those things into my everyday life. That's what the mindset I went into 2020 with. It was really going to be the year that I took everything seriously and tried to make YouTube and social media a job and treat it like that, like just to be more consistent, even if I wasn't making money from it, just to try and build a following and try to get it to a place where it could eventually develop, like just to show myself that it could be something that I did seriously. And then I had something happen. I'm gonna just say what happened. In January, I was raped. I don't think I can say on YouTube what happened, but I was raped. And that really was a hard experience for me. I did have a lot of trauma in my childhood, not from anyone in my family, thank God, but from other people that were close to my family that I never really addressed until later into my teen years. So I already had a lot of trauma with sex and those things and trusting men, and this was for me the ultimate betrayal. Because the person that did it was somebody that I thought really cared and loved me, and was somebody that I knew and trusted and knew a lot of intimate things about me and my life and knew about those traumas. So I never thought that they would do that to me. It's something I've been dealing with this whole year, and maybe one day when I feel more comfortable, or when I'm not in the space that I am right now, or when I'm in a safer position to talk about it, I will. But that happened, and that kind of just like knocked so much of me down for a while. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, I'm not the most mentally stable person. I have diagnosed depression and anxiety. I have generalized anxiety disorder and major depressive disorder. It's just something that I've had for years. I've been medicated for it before, and I just don't like being medicated. I don't feel like it really does anything for me. So I haven't taken medication for it in a few years. And that kind of took my sales out for a while, which sucked because I feel like before that happened, I was making so much progress and growth. And I still like haven't dealt with it fully. Corona happened, and that just kind of was really, really hard for a lot of different reasons, because obviously I was still dealing with that trauma and I'm still dealing with it, but then I was having all these other worries about like what's going to happen with my job, what's going to happen with me, and all of this just kind of knocked so much into me. And it's only been the last few months that I've been trying to plan and figure out what I'm going to do in 2021 to kind of help. Like 2020 has been me trying to re-prep myself for what I expected 2020 to be, and I think that it has. This year is going to make me a lot stronger of a person. Honestly, I didn't think I'd get that heavy that quickly, but yeah, so that's what happened. So I feel like after that happened, I felt like a lot of stuff was out of my control. I started to do things, I almost feel like it felt almost like a breakup. I started doing the things that girls are stereotyped to do when they go through a breakup. I wanted to change like the way I looked physically to try and feel better again. A big point of like my issues with myself are my body image issues. I did have an eating disorder when I was in my teen years, and I still have like body image issues. I feel like this is the first time in my life where I've actually started to like the way I look and accept it, and for that I am thankful, because that's a place that I never thought that I'd be, especially after that happened. I didn't think I'd ever be in that place again. For years I had things that I wanted to fix, or things that I felt like I needed to do, but I made a list. I haven't posted about it or been as open about this as I have about like my lip injections, but obviously that was one thing I did. I got lip injections this year. That was the first thing that I did that I'd been wanting to do for a long time. Another thing I did, which a lot of you, I don't know how many of you noticed, people that know me in real life did notice from just pictures, I finally got a nose job this year. That's something that I wanted to do for years. I've always joked about like that I wanted someone to punch me in the face so that it would break my nose, and hopefully I would be able to get my nose fixed, because I thought that I would never be brave enough to just do it for the sake of doing my nose. So I had a list in my bullet journal, which is, if it's something you guys are interested in, on how I do planning, because I can be a productive person. It's just when I get in those depressive moments, it's really hard for me to get out of them and to go through. But when I'm like in my manic stages, I do a lot. Like I pretty much any goal that I set out to do, I know I can accomplish. I've always been that way. It's just that my bouts of depression have been a lot harsher the older I've gotten. And because I have like adult responsibilities, sometimes it's harder to get out of them, because before I could take time to process what I was feeling. But obviously as you get older, you have responsibilities, you have a job, you have other things you need to worry about. So you sometimes don't have the liberty to do what you need to do to make sure you're mentally okay. Sometimes you don't have the time to do that. So I put a list of things in my bullet journal, because I usually have like a list of things that I'm going to do every day, and also like a goal list. I do one for the year, and sometimes I do one every few months, and I just put a list together. And like with anyone that tells you about manifestation, what they tell you to do is, no matter how unachievable the goal seems, like put down what you want. And I put that I wanted a nose job, I wanted to do this and that, and pretty much, and I did everything on that list of things that I wanted to do physically. I got my nose done. With my nose, the thing with that was that I knew that that was something that was just meant to happen, because everything just kind of came together in such a perfect way. I just happened to have time off work that I could use for my healing time. And that wasn't even the reason that I went when I went. I went for other reasons, and then while I was there, I was having issues with my nose, which I've had for a long time, and I've always thought that it's just allergies or something, but I ended up seeing a doctor, and they told me it was because of the way my sinuses, when I was younger, my mom had gotten into a car crash with me, and my nose had gotten hit by something, and it fractured, and they told her we can either do surgery, but because she's so young, it'll heal on her own. It won't heal perfectly, but it'll heal, and that's what made that bump on my nose more exaggerated than it is. Like, my family has a really strong bone there anyway, so I knew I was gonna have that regardless, but that just like exaggerated that feature, which I did not like. And this is why I believe in manifestation so bad, is because everything fell together so perfectly. I just happened to be researching it a lot and seeing it a lot on TikTok, and then I saw a doctor and he told me that I did medically need it because of the way that bone had healed. It was blocking my sinuses, so eventually I was going to develop an infection basically in my nose or something, and so I would have to get it anyway to clear that pathway because I wasn't breathing correctly. So that's why I ended up getting it anyway. Like, I didn't end up having to get it broken to get it fixed. Medically, I needed to get it fixed anyway. So I ended up getting my nose fixed. You guys can probably tell from the side. I'll maybe put a video here of me on the side and you can see that my nose is different, and I am very happy with my decision. Another thing I did, which I have talked about in videos briefly, is I got my teeth fixed. So I have talked about this in some of my other videos. I got my teeth fixed because I had in braces for a little over a year. When I was in high school, I stopped wearing my retainer, my teeth shifted. Not only that, I started to get a lot of cracks in my front teeth. It was mainly because I would put like things in my mouth, like bottle caps, and I would bite them, and when I would chew, it would chip off a piece of my tooth and I wouldn't even notice. So what I wanted to do was fix them, and I ended up getting permanent things, and I don't know if you can really tell, but like here. What I did was I did Invisalign for 3 months to straighten out my teeth again. Then I got composite bonding on them to fix the cracks that were in there. And then what my dentist recommended, because he is an aesthetic, he is just like cosmetic dentistry is what he does. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of what it was called. He measured my teeth and he's like, what I recommend and what I think would look better is if we did about 1 millimeter off your gum line. So they went in with a laser. They numbed me first, so I didn't feel anything. They numbed me and they took a laser and went over the top layer of these 6 teeth from my fangs forward and took about 1 millimeter off to make it look aesthetically better. And honestly, I'm really happy that I did everything that I did. He was such a great dentist. I honestly recommend him so much. I'll put his link in the description and his name here. And I kind of already knew going into it that it's gonna have to look a certain way for it to look even a little bit like things, but the results that we got, I'm overall really happy with, because you can tell. Like, I didn't think that you'd be able to tell, and my teeth were already pointed to begin with, so this just kind of was to emphasize and to give me that like vampire fang look, which it did, and I'm really happy with everything that I did and everything you recommended, and just the whole process. Like, his office and everyone in there is so kind. They're so amazing. I felt so comfortable. I felt like I was being taken care of. I felt like the focus was on getting what I wanted and on making sure it was done the best way possible, and they just like did such a good job, and I'm so happy, and I would highly, like, I couldn't recommend them enough. Like, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Couldn't be happier. Honestly, a lot of the thing, like, my main focus was doing things aesthetically to make me feel better. I got 2 more tattoos because my ultimate goal is to be like tattooed. Obviously with COVID, it made it difficult to make any progress on that aesthetic front. Been working on my skincare. I finally did this hair that I've been wanting to do forever, except I want it to be silver. I need to go in and get my 2nd round of bleaching done, but because of my job, I can't really have colored hair, So for me, this is a good in-between of having like kind of a fun hair thing, but not going to a spot where my job is gonna be like, no, you cannot have that. Because I feel like I already do push it at work because I do have an office job. Like, I like it, it's fun, I enjoy it. I love my coworkers, most of them. But like, this is what I like doing. I like doing visual and like creative mediums. Those are the things that have always made me really happy. Those are the things that I did this year to try and better my relationship with my self-image and myself, and just, I don't know, it was kind of fun giving myself a makeover and doing everything to look the way that I wanted to look. I don't know how to explain it because I didn't hate the way that I looked before. These are things that I've been wanting to do for years, and I've done all of them now, and I am so happy with the decisions. Like, I don't know, I'm just so happy with the way that it all came together and looks. Another thing I did, this is fun, and I have a video that I'm working on editing. What was I saying? Yeah, another thing that I did, I have also started eating better, and I did the Chloe Ting workout for a little bit. Like, the weight I am now is the weight that I was last year when I felt like I looked the best, but I feel like because I haven't been eating the best or working out, my body doesn't look the same, but I'm still in a better place than I was a while back. So like, my body's not amazing, but I still like the way that it looks like. I can wear pretty much whatever I want and be content. Obviously, just like anyone else, I have days where I don't like it, but like, I started trying to take care of myself more this year, like with the way that I treat my body and the way that I think about it. These were plans that I had regardless of the way the year, fell apart, but like, when everything that kind of happened, it just kind of, it was one thing that I knew I kind of had to do to feel good. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. Obviously, focusing on the way you look isn't everything, and there are better ways to better your self-image, but these are things that I'd always wanted to do. Like, regardless of what happened, these were things that I knew I wanted to do no matter what. But yeah, and what I did, because I was trying to eat better and like get my body to a place where I felt like it not only looked better, but I felt better about it. So I did a boudoir shoot, and I didn't film the actually doing it, but I filmed my family and friends' reaction to the pictures, and I want to do like an experience video where I talk to you guys about how it was. And I'm thinking of doing another one in 2021, so if you guys want, I can check with the photographer that did it, because I want it to be the same girl, and see if she will let me film, or if she'd be interested in doing something where we could film it. I need to edit so much footage, that's why it's taking so long. It's a lot of footage, honestly, because we talk about like body image and all that stuff in that video as well. I felt like that would be an interesting thing to talk about while we did that. I'm planning on doing another one hopefully in 2021, maybe around my birthday, because that's also around Valentine's Day, and you guys can see, like, come along with me, like we can do kind of a vlog of how everything goes, and then it's even more fun because I get to show you everything I did to prepare for it. Because last time I worked out, I tried to track my calories so that I wasn't overeating, because I also do have like a weird relationship with food. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know and we can do that. The end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020, I feel like was a time where I really started to blossom inside, and then when everything happened and I kind of fell apart for a little bit, I started doing the stuff to glow up my outside more to match how I had glowed up inside before all that. Now that I've done all that, I feel like that girl that I was becoming in beginning of 2020, end of 2019, like, she's back and she looks good, so I'm happy with the place that I'm at. Yeah, so for me, all the physical stuff I've been doing was as much to help with my inner growth because I feel like 2019 was a year for me to grow emotionally and things. 2019 was like the year that I was emotionally preparing myself, and then 2020 was the year that I physically did everything that I was too scared to do, and started using that self-growth, like the inner growth that I did. I started using that in 2020, and then 2020 I focused mainly on my physical growth, which, you know, we all have to do things in a different way, and that's just how my year kind of worked out and the way I manifested things. So 2021 is gonna be my year, and the year where I make all my dreams come true, so we love that for me. And you can do it too. I'm telling you guys, manifestation works. Your brain and the way you think and treat yourself and the way you think you deserve to live. Don't take it from me, obviously. Like, I know there's a thing like take advice from people that are in a position you want to be in, and who am I? Like, I'm nobody. I'm just a person that's a lot happier with themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally more than I was in previous years. I feel like I'm in a better space than I've been in a long time, which is saying a lot. What I'm doing for the remainder of 2020 is I'm planning out my YouTube videos. So I'm kind of making a plan for my plan. Like, I'm putting together a whole like notebook of ideas and scripts and things for the upcoming year, just in case I run out of ideas. I have a notebook of things ready, and I'm trying to pre-film some videos so that I don't have the excuse of that I don't have time to film, especially because since YouTube isn't my full-time job, social media isn't my full-time job yet, I need to work. And sometimes if I'm tired, I can have stuff ready for you guys so that you guys are getting things more consistently, because it's not fair for me to expect you guys to be interested in my channel and want to follow and see what I'm doing if I'm not posting. And like, the least I can do is be consistent. So that's my goal for this channel, is I want to upload at least once a week, and then if I feel very inspired, twice a week. I also want to start doing my music stuff again. I feel like for a while I just felt like I wasn't good anymore, and I do feel like there was a point definitely where I was better than I am now, but I feel like that's something that I need to invest more time in, is my singing. I used to do vocal lessons when I was younger, and then in my adulthood, because of my job and everything, I just kind of stopped doing that. That's something that I should invest more time into, and I want to try and write some songs maybe next year. That's something that I really want to do. I've never really been good at writing songs, so that's something that I need to look into and learn how to do. I really want to get a heart tattooed, but everyone keeps telling me not to do it. I'm like, why don't y'all want me to be happy? I really want to do it, but everyone keeps saying no, so for now we're not going to do it. But a face tattoo is never out of the question. That might be the next tattoo that we try to do on this channel. 1 second, I'm gonna do my lipstick. Okay guys, and that is it. This is the finished look. This is a pretty go-to makeup look. This is pretty much what I would do every day, like outside of work. This is like my signature makeup look, I would say, if I'm not really going for a look, like I'm just kind of doing simple everyday makeup. Usually a wing, and red lipstick. That's just like my go-to. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was really therapeutic for me to sit in front of a camera and kind of verbalize everything that I've been feeling and thinking the last few weeks. Hopefully I don't scare you off. I just really want to also be open and like make this a safe space where we do have fun, because I want you guys to get to know every aspect of my personality, because while I do feel like you guys know some aspects to me and some things about me based on the content that I produce, I feel like you guys don't know things about me as a person. I love doing YouTube, but sometimes I get so paranoid because when I want to do content that I think would be funny outside of YouTube and just like every day, I think I'm pretty funny. Like, I'm kind of a dick, but I'm also funny, and I want you guys to be able to see that. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm a little bit dumb, but I feel like it's like a funny dumb. But I want you guys to get to know me as a person. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I hope I didn't get too heavy. I know that some of the things that I talked about, especially with the way things are right now, was probably hard. But I feel like it was maybe hopeful a little bit too. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I promise you 2021 I will be uploading more consistently. My goal is to upload once every week, and we'll see how that goes. I'm prepping for 2021 as we speak. Like, I already have a bunch of ideas and I'm trying my best, and you'll see that. Hopefully you guys stick around for the journey. Thank you guys so much once again for those of you that do support me. It means the absolute world to me, and I love you guys so much. Bye. Y'all. Where's my fucking phone, bro? Oh, there. It's on the fucking ground. Scooba-doo, scabba-da, scooba-doo, scabba-da-ba-doo-da, la-la-la-la-la. Okay. Yeah, no. Let's not do it. I feel like that's a lot for... I dropped the lash. Twinkie, winky, tipsy, and motherfucking mo. Maybe I'll do this cute one. This cute little one. It is what it is. Little H2O moment. Sit up a little bit. I need you guys to see my shirt. It's so cute, but I guess this is all you're gonna be able to see.